Okay, so we finished up talking about pathos in the last video. And in this video, we are going to look at the aspect of logos and of making sure our artifact that we have chosen actually fits the assignment and why that's a good thing to do that beyond just, making Jarmer happy because you did what she was asked. All right, so we're mainly going to be looking at logos. And remember, when we're looking at logos, we're looking at facts, statistics, links to true authority, and credible sources and resources of information, right? So those are the types of things that make up a logical appeal or logos, as Aristotle termed it. So when we're looking at our video as an example, right, there wasn't a lot of logos going on. There was a lot of pathos and a lot of really hard-hitting things to try and convince you DAC was a healthy, happy, and safe place to be, to connect with your emotions. And that's good, and videos are good for that. But the problem with just using the video is that you now have limited yourself as a student to really only being able to show your instructor that you know what pathos is and maybe some kairos, right? Because we talked about that as well. But if logos is really non-existent, that really doesn't allow you to have a discussion about that. And if there was enough to really fill a paper of the size you're creating with pathos alone, well, that could be fine because your thesis could be, right, that you don't need logos. You don't really need ethos, maybe, or you do, but logos isn't so important. We're a pathos-driven society, right? We have examples of that all the time if you've been on social media lately and other places. So that could be good, but in our case, it's probably not so good because there's not really a lot to expand on. There are a lot of examples of the same thing going on over and over again. A way to help fix this problem, at least in my case, would be to go back to the tab we were looking at before, the COVID information tab. So if I click on that, yes, it opened up. Okay. Suddenly, there's a lot more here I can discuss. The video is part of that, so I can include anything that I think is pertinent in my discussion from the analysis that I did or the initial kind of deconstruction of the video when we were looking at kairos and pathos. I can still do that, but I have a lot more here to work with, right? So that will allow me to show more of my skills and intellect and understanding of concepts to my teacher. And so that's why I'm saying it's important to really make sure that what you have chosen to do fits the assignment you were given, because I've kind of designed the assignment with some specific things in mind, which is that you can talk about these different rhetorical devices and how they work. So for example, if we just look at the red banner here at the top, we can see ethos, logos, and pathos all at work just right here, right? They are telling us where they are getting their information from and that it will be timely. So these places of authority that they list and the fact that they are timely, that helps with their ethos. DAC is being ethical in what they are doing and providing you information. The fact that it's in a red block, right? Red is going to get your attention. Here's something, stop, pay attention, just like a stop sign or a red light. However, if you notice, they've toned down the color of red. It's not quite so scary because it's a darker red. It's the color of brick, of something solid, right? And then finally, it helps with logos because we're making an argument, right? So they're telling you up front where their sources of information are going to be, right? And then you can expect information from that as you scroll down and look through what they have given you. And we will look at that more closely